Hello everyone, it's day 47 of our world travels, and today we're going to visit together the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. San Francisco is the city we like most during our world travel, but you don't really have the feeling like being somewhere in the United States or North America here. It's more like being somewhere in Europe. There's a slight change of plans, and we're first going to visit some other places before we're going to head out to the Golden Gate Bridge. I tried to get in touch with the Waymo company yesterday so that we could try their fully autonomous taxi experience, as they call it, but we were not able to achieve agreement with them, and they were not really interested putting us from the wait list to the actual passenger list. It's unfortunate because one of the reasons why we were visiting San Francisco in the first place was to try the autonomous taxis. And yeah, shit happens. Now we're actually going to visit quickly a windmile, which is just a couple of blocks away from the place we were living for the last few days. Actually, this place is a really famous place for weddings, as we figured it out. And here is currently a wedding. Also, people are just standing around. No one is coming, no one is interfering. That's actually really nice. And now we're quickly heading to the beach. It's really interesting because everything on the beach is written in English, Chinese, Spanish, and in Russian. Just look at this view. This is simply amazing. But honestly, I was thinking California would be much warmer, and we have autumn here. It's really cold. Like when we came over from LA, we had in LA 35-36 degrees Celsius, and now we have 18 degrees. We have a pullover on, we have our wind jackets on, and it's pretty cool, to be quite honest. And what I also understood for myself, it's really interesting how the people are living in the United States, because in fact we could say this is something like the European Union, just in North America. But they have different states, but the people, they don't say, oh, we're Californians, oh, we're New Yorkers, oh, we're whatever. They say we're American. But we have ancestors from Europe, Africa, Asia. Point. But otherwise, if you travel around the US, every state is for itself like an own country. So you cannot really say that everything is equally in North America, but it's in the United States. Like you have the same currency, you have one military, you have all of the same supermarkets all around the country, but by itself, every city, every state is different. And this is also really interesting. And I think there are even certain things we Europeans could learn from this really young nation for ourselves. But if I look, for example, on the behavior with the government, with the politics here, it's simply they just have black or white. They have Republicans, they have Democrats, that's it. And they are changing every few years. And the people in the United States, they don't care about international politics or international affairs, they just look for internal affairs. But they're not realizing that a lot of their tax monies and everything else is getting brought to other countries. Other countries are supportive with it, and people in this country have to sleep on the street, or the education is expensive. And that's something which they have still a lot of amount to work on themselves. But other than that, I'm really amazed of the country and the culture so far. I wanted to give you guys one example why I don't feel like in the US and somewhere in Europe. Like, just if you look at the building, this building is reminding me really a lot of the buildings in Maribor, Slovenia, where I was spending a lot of time in my childhood. And seriously, I look at that, I have no feeling like being in California or North America. I look at that building and I feel to be like somewhere in Slovenia.
But now it's time to finally head to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Is this really happening? as surprised as you.
What do you say, guys? We're at the Golden Gate Bridge. It's really interesting to see this place at least once with my own eyes. Actually, they were partly shooting at this location the A-Team, the legendary TV show from the 80s. It was actually interesting, they never showed the Golden Gate Bridge in the background in the TV series. That was a bunker where they were freeing themselves or similar. Some shortcuts are actually really dangerous, like this one we are going to take down here to the bunkers.
You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this?
What am I actually doing here? Why the did I have to climb up here again? We're actually really hungry and we're going to eat something now. And after that we are going to visit a place you guys had seen in one of the previous videos already. Our human batteries are finally recharged and now we're going to head back to the Castro in San Francisco. Well, the Castro is what it is. It's a LGBT neighborhood. They proudly show that to everyone with all of the flags all around everywhere. It's reminding me a little bit of the Ukrainians putting their flag everywhere. And it's really open neighborhood, so you can walk around however you want, no matter if you're clothed, if you're a drag queen. You can just walk around however you want, and even the sidewalks are skittles, as I would say, and the people here really, they can wear whatever they want freely and no one is suing them for however they walk around. Okay guys, we just gave a visit to San Francisco Skittle Land. This is how we call it publicly, while walking and vlogging, and I have to say, it's a little bit overkill for me.
Well, as tourists it was really interesting to see this place once, but I don't know what to say.
For the reason that we're actually leaving tomorrow, it's time to leave the Castro and go back to downtown, or maybe to the Pier, and we're going to decide now where we're heading next.
Okay, now we're heading to Pier 39. Actually, we wanted to go to Pier 37, but the car was standing 39, and it's just next to each other, so everything is alright.
Something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing.
Jokes aside, I probably had mentioned that several times already, but yeah, if I would have to pick a city to live in the United States, out of all cities we have visitors, I would pick San Francisco, definitely. My wife would pick New York because she likes more the atmosphere, but yeah, for me personally, how everything looks like and the whole packaging, I would choose definitely San Francisco.
Honestly, if I would have children at home, I would buy bread in an ordinary shape and not in the shape of a bear, so that my children wouldn't be able to tell their friends the next morning that they had a bear for dinner.
I just realized that I didn't end up all of my last vlogs from the previous days, so I decided today to just give you a little insight what we're doing. We're just doing ourselves dinner, and we are preparating ourselves some sandwiches for tomorrow, because we're heading tomorrow to a really interesting place, and it's gonna be a real exhausting day tomorrow, but with a lot of beautiful content. And for that, thank you for watching. For everyone who's not subscribed yet, please subscribe and consider liking this video. Thank you.
Come on in.